If you want to play March Madness sharper this season, we created a free tool to help with exactly that. So there's actually a number of ways to just be a slightly smarter or sharper gambler. And unfortunately, like just winning more picks is not that. That's the result, and we need to focus on the process of trying to get that result. That's what we can control. Um, so one of the easiest, kind of simplest ways to do that is just a top-down approach of comparing lines and prices. So here at Orb Analytics, we typically take a bottom-up approach where we create predictive models that derive our own probabilities, and then we compare those to the market. Another kind of simpler way to do this is to just compare markets. This is kind of that top-down approach. So we make all our plays over on Novig to give ourselves the best chance and our models the best chance to win in the long term. And we talk all the time about all the value that there is making kind of the same plays on Novig. So we created this tool for March Madness to highlight exactly that. So we can take a look in here. You can kind of choose which of the big sports books you play on. Right now, we just have FanDuel and DraftKings. But you can come in. Let's say I'm somebody who plays on FanDuel. It's March 17th. We have the first two of the first four games. Those kind of like final ones to get into the March Madness tournament. And so we can kind of take a look. So this is literally just comparing the same plays if I were to make them on Novig versus my kind of source of truth FanDuel book that I usually use. So rather than creating a model that is trained on thousands of records of data just to try to identify up to a 2% edge in a market, this tool just simply found us a 2% edge by making the same play that I would make on my normal big sports book, just over on a smarter book. So the UMBC and Howard game tonight, we can come and take a look. Both are on the Howard Bison. It's plus 1.5 on both books. But we can see that the FanDuel price for this is minus 128, and the price over on Novig is minus 118. So that may not seem like a lot. And kind of how do we derive a 2% edge from that? It's actually just kind of simple math. So these American prices, we can actually come in. This is a totally free tool from Action Network. And we can just plug that right in. So our American odds on the FanDuel side are minus 128, which means that directly converts to an implied odds of 56.14. So when you buy into the spread market at that price, you're basically just buying an event that's priced at happening 56.14% of the time. So that means if you were to make this play every single time, you would need to be right above this 56.14% to be profitable in the long term. We can then take a look at the exact same thing with the Novig price at minus 118. Here, our 56% break-even number dropped down to 54.13. So that kind of simple subtraction there is just how we get a literal 2% edge over the market that I would be playing over on my FanDuel just by making the same play over on Novig. And what's cool is specifically for the FanDuel prices, there's only 2 games tonight, which means that there's 4 sides. Literally every single side, if you like a single one of the plays tonight against the spread, has a positive edge by making the exact same play on FanDuel. So every single one of these prices, that I would be playing on my book, my source of truth, I could actually get an edge over that market by making the exact same play over on Novig. If you play on DraftKings, similar thing. You can come over. There's a huge or an even bigger edge on this same Howard plus 1.5. If you happen to like them, instead of getting them at minus 130 as a DraftKings player, you get the same line, meaning they can lose by 1 point and still cover at minus 118, which is an even bigger edge. If I'm a DraftKings player playing it on Novig than if I was coming over from FanDuel. So this is a free tool. We're going to be running it all March Madness long. I hope you guys like it. There are definitely going to be some bugs that pop up. If you find if anything's not matching up to what you're seeing, please, feel free to comment or reach out to us at orbpicks@gmail.com and just let us know. I'm going to be checking in with it every day, trying to make sure that it's running properly and try to avoid those. Sorry, if you aren't playing on Novig yet, and you want some of these better edges by literally just making the same plays. Again, we're just comparing two markets and getting an actual edge over what we would be playing on. You can feel free to check them out if you want. If you feel like doing so, please tell them that we sent you. We have a code Orb. If you spend $5, you get $50 in bonus bets. One of the potential or known kind of bugs or limitations that we have is our number of API calls currently. So if we hit that limit, we're going to have to upgrade the payment structure. That's a really good problem to have. That means that you guys are liking this and enjoying this. So I'm kind of hopeful that we hit that. If you're enjoying this free tool, if you're feeling generous, if it happens to give you an edge and make some smarter plays and you want to, you can buy us a beer here. That really goes a long way. But really that money would just be going into kind of hosting this site for the rest of March. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Let us know what you think. Our goal, if you guys like this, is kind of to build this out for every sport. So NFL, NBA, really anything that we have a model on. Also just trying to create this kind of like top down, simpler approach to, find some value in the market. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. And thanks for watching.